This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Sophia Yvette.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast. Are you in need of a travel company? Well, one may be closer than you think. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Lauren Gill, with My Live, Love, Travel. Lauren, it is a pleasure to have you on today, and we are so excited to learn all about you and your business. So let's kick things off. Go ahead and tell our listeners a little bit more about your company.
Hi, everybody. I'm excited to spend part of my Monday afternoon with you. Okay, so My Live Love Travel is an agency that's based actually in McKinney, Texas, but of course we operate in Frisco as well. And it was founded by Aaron and Kevin Johnson. We've been in business about 10 years, and I am one of their senior travel advisors. Mostly a connect leader for Europe, Asia, and Africa for our team. And then, of course, with the clientele of my own. We love creating memorable experiences for our clients throughout the DFW Metroplex and beyond.
Wow. Now let's get into a little bit more about your story, Lauren. How did you originally get into this industry?
Yeah, so it's kind of a funny story. I've always loved to travel, like experiencing different cultures and cities and countries. It truly feeds my soul. And I had always had it in my mind that I would love to go into that industry, and did some research, and it was very daunting. As we know, you do a Google search and you're like, oh my goodness, I don't know what any of this means. And I saw a girlfriend about 5 years ago post on social media, on Facebook, in fact, and we were in the wine industry together, and she posted that she had started this journey with My Live Love Travel, and I was really intrigued by it. And then I saw another friend who was also in the same wine business as us post something similar, and I reached out to my friend is Lindsay Parrish. She and her husband Chris own Forest Roofing. Anyway, I was like, is this an MLM? And she said, no, why? And I said, I'm actually really intrigued. I would like to know more. And she said, I'm happy to introduce you to the owners. I connected with Aaron and Kevin. We had, I didn't realize it was actually like an interview. So I was dressed in shorts and a tank top, not the way I would normally show up for a professional type of experience, but they looked beyond that. We had a great conversation, and I decided immediately that that was the route that I wanted to take to dive into the travel world. And it's been one of the biggest blessings of my life.
Wow, I love that. I love that. Now, having so many clients, what is that number one misconception people bring to you about travel?
There's several misconceptions out there, actually. One of the main ones is that it's going to cost more for your trip, when actually we save clients time and often money by working with us, because we've intentionally, and especially I can say this about our agency, we have intentionally developed relationships throughout the industry. And we also travel throughout the world. And so we know the product that we're selling and offering to our clients. We really try to curate and tailor the trips to the client needs. So that's one big misconception, is that it's going to cost more money. We're actually paid by the suppliers that we work with and partner with in the industry. So it's not, typically there's not an additional cost to use us. Also that it's going to be just easier to go on Expedia or booking.com or one of those. And the simple fact is, a lot of times they aren't comparing apples to apples. And if there's something wrong, something goes amiss while you're traveling, that's an 800 number that you have to deal with versus dealing with an actual live person. So those are a couple of the key misconceptions that I hear over and over.
Well, as someone who actually loves to use Expedia, I'm glad to know that information.
Yes. Yeah. I know a lot of times when Mexico is basically like South Texas to us here. I know people like to use that oftentimes for booking all-inclusives and things of that nature. We have great partnerships and can often get special amenities, or let the property know, hey, they've got a special celebration. But the price point will either be identical. Sometimes it's lower.
So Lauren, we've gotten to know so much great information about you and your business. So let's dive into the heart of things. Marketing is the heart of every business, I'm sure, with your company. So how are you attracting some of these clients to yourself, and who are you looking to help?
There are a couple of key ways that I have found work well for me. One is just simply that referral, because I have developed a clientele over time, and have sought to provide excellent service. They refer me to friends and family, and so there's natural growth. They're my brand ambassadors, so to speak. I do a lot of networking. And I have found that to be really impactful. And one of the ways that it has really benefited is I have a cheer squad on social media. And so they are happy to advocate for me when somebody is looking for a travel advisor. So again, it's definitely like that know, like, trust. Like I have developed those relationships with people through networking, or I've developed those relationships with people through them being my clients and serving them well. And so there's no hesitation then to recommend me to others.
I love that. So you really take the lifelong relationships approach.
Absolutely. It's I'm not a transactional person by nature, and this is an industry where relationships really matter, both when it comes to like in all directions, right? So with our suppliers, with our clients, and then also with My Live Love Travel as a team.
Wow. That's so amazing. And I'm sure all of our listeners here are so curious, where can they go to find out more about My Live Love Travel?
You can go to mylivelovetravel.com. You can also go to, we've got a Facebook page that is available for clients to go and check us out. If you do a Google search, you'll find us there as well. And you can see reviews and things of that nature.
Well, Lauren, I really appreciate you being on the show today. We wish you and your business the best moving forward.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure being a part of this today.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpfrisco.com. That's gnpfrisco.com, or call 469-221-9345.